So the point of the app is we want to give you something where, just like drawing on your whiteboard, you've already been doing for years, except now when you do that, you can see that play come to life with real players on a real field.
So let's move this guy off real quick. We'll do it.
The Go Army Edge football app, developed by the Army so that the coaches have another step between the whiteboard and the football field. So what they're doing is we let them draw on the app just like they would draw on the whiteboard, except now the app can flip it and run it in 3D. They can see real players running those routes, doing those motions, pre-snap stuff if they have to make check calls and change coverages, things like that. A lot of kids are visual learners, so it's one thing to show it to them on film from, say, an overhead view, but now you can go in the app, go to a virtual football field, and you actually see it from their eyes. So we allow a first-person view, anybody on the field. So again, you draw it like a whiteboard play, you flip to a virtual field, and go into anybody's point of view you want to.
Okay, so we're in 2D now. We tap this button, and now we see it in 3D.
Presentation was awesome. It's something that I think kids that are gamers see a lot of it. With the things that they do. So they're kind of visual learners, 3D visual learners. But it could definitely help. It's another tool for coaches.
The Army provides it because, first off, the Army does love football. And I don't just mean at West Point, like Mr. Davis said. The Army loves football. They love football players because the values of a football team are very, very similar to the values of the U.S. Army and the U.S. Army soldiers. So there's a natural, kindred there where, the Army just loves football and football players. Now, that only gets you so far, though. So the reason the Army developed the app, the fine print, is that we're trying to facilitate a phone call from a football coach to a U.S. Army recruiter. We want them to make that phone call. The Army's paying for this to further the link between a local recruiter and a local high school because the Army loves those football players.